Okay. So, how long do you guys want to go for? Maybe 50? That feel good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be circling Alex. We'll go for 50 minutes. Um, we'll call it 52 from this moment. So that'll bring us to 25 after. So if you guys would like to start, we'll take a second. Oh, actually, I'll just one more thing as for participating. Just bring yourself. I'll call on you if I want to, and I'll tell you to stop if I want to, but I trust your listening and your vibes to come when it feels good. So, so let's all take a second and close our eyes, relax your gaze, whatever it is you like to do to remember yourself. Mm, mm. Allow your attention to move through your body, your emotional landscape, and just get in touch with whatever's showing up for you in this moment, whatever it's like showing up as you. And we'll take 2 or 3 more breaths here. And then as you're ready, you can open our eyes and meet back on the screen. Hmm. Take a second just to let your gaze fall on each of the faces and the colors that you see. Hmm. Cool. Now we'll bring our attention to Alex. Hmm. How is it over there? Being
Mm.
being Alex.
In this particular moment, I'm learning the edges, my physical edges, which I have many physical constraints all of a sudden, but just wearing a headset for a few hours a day, it's like just a slight tug on my scalp. It's yeah, starting to like burn a little bit. So I'm like, oh, how do I move that? But yeah, I'm back. I'm alive, baby. Should probably provide some context for people who are not the people here, because the people here actually know that context, but just had brain surgery. Just had brain surgery. And that's like probably all the context I'll give.
That'll do. Yeah. So you just had brain surgery. That entails a big scar on the back of your head, and your headset is ooh,
Yeah.
yep, there she is.
Yeah. It's for
And
Nelly.
you're just kind of noticing your headset how like, oh, this used to not bother me, but now it does. And that's just one more thing that I get to think about now.
Yeah. Thankfully I was able to adjust it a little bit. But yeah, third brain surgery. Hopefully third time's a charm. No more needed after this. We'll see. Um, or hopefully more needed. I mean, I don't know. Like On one hand, it's like if no more is needed, maybe that means I'm just dead and I won't have a chance to need more brain surgery. But then on the other hand, it's like actually maybe more brain surgery just means I'm gonna keep living for a long time. I don't know. Um, but just like being so reconnected with my own vitality and energy and presence and passion for life and living, which I recall happening in its own way after the first two brain surgeries, but there's like something exponentially different with this one, and just like everything clicking so much better in terms of recovery. Like I wasn't where I'm at right now. That it's been a week and a half. No, hasn't even been. It's yeah, it's been a week and a half. It's been a week and a half. Um, I wasn't where I'm at till for like 2 or 3 months after the first two.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. No, so I think I want to start just going around and kind of getting just like impact being with you from everyone because more than just like, circling impact, like just like uh at least for me, I have like a love of life that is like blossoming out of your aliveness, both like your energy right now, but also like just like that you're alive and seems like you're gonna keep being that way, and that like has me loving life. And um yeah, so I would just love to hear from everybody of how does it be with Alex in his post-surgery glow.
Um, I find myself just like super leaning in and just curious about this experience that you're describing about, I don't know, you described it like this revitalization or just this vitality. I'm trying to recall the exact words that you use, but it's almost like I imagine just like going into that great unknown of that surgery, not knowing what lies on the other side, and then just popping out the other side, realizing wow, I'm back alive. I remember that bit you said the video of like I'm alive, and you just said it today, like I'm alive, and it's like I don't know, and I find myself just curious about your experience, almost like I'm curious for you, but I'm also curious for me. Like I have this like I wonder what it's like to go through that. Like I sometimes have a thought of, man, if I had a life-threatening this like condition or disease or whatever, that would probably wake me up to life in ways that I couldn't otherwise, or I could, but I won't. um, and so sometimes played that in my mind, like, what would I do differently? How would I approach life and others and every single day that I get to wake up and be alive differently? And you literally just went through that for your third time. So I'm just like, holy like, tell me more. I want to know like what your current vantage point of life is, because you were an extraordinary person before. Now after this, it's like, all right, I want to wear the Alex lenses for a moment.
Uh-huh.
Mm,
Yeah. I'm just like, so, I mean, I know you're healing quickly, but to hear that you're like healing where you were like 2 or 3 months down the road, like 1.5 weeks out, I'm just like, I'm in awe. I'm like, I feel like shocked and so impressed. And I'm just like, I feel like just truly, yeah. I almost am to the point where I am feeling like I will never not be amazed by you, Alex. I feel like every time I hear something about you, I'm just amazed. So I guess that's consistent. Um, and I'm just like, I'm kind of imagining, right? Yeah, what you said that Roberto mentioned is like that reconnection with vitality, presence, like your life and living. And I'm like, the way you talk about it seems so alive, like it's presence. I feel its presence here and through you. And I'm like, what is it? I'm struck by like, what is it? What does it want? What is it like? How is it behaving? Like, how is it in, like, how does it show up? Like that, is it like reaching out into the world, or is it just like I'm so curious of what that is like, and how that is impacting you, and what it has your, like, what is drawing your attention and all of that. So I feel really super drawn in to that too.
I'm just so happy. I remember it's like, you remember, reading the updates about, when Alex was saying like how well the surgery went, and, just like how well you've been doing, and, seeing you this weekend, just like walking up at the park and like seeing you there, and you sent us a text today on our group chat. You're like, I'm on fire in all caps. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. But like, but and every time I just tear up. Like I just like, it just hits my heart like so much. Um, and I wasn't really living, going up to the surgery like in any kind of like really like worry or imagining worst case scenarios, and I think a lot of that was just how you were approaching it and living in those spaces and being alongside you. That really wasn't like my vibe or whatever. And so it's not really like a relief. It's more just like, I'm just so happy, and I'm so grateful at like how well this is, and just that we get to have you. Like we get to have like so much of you, and it just feels like there's so much of you right now, like that vitality. And um it's surprise. You know, I wasn't expecting like this level of doing so great. Yeah.
It's kind of funny, like, especially the closer to the surgery date, or like just in like 4 days post-surgery, when people were talking with me, I think they were like a little weirded out because they were like, are you okay? Like, you just had brain surgery 4 days ago. Like, you seem a little high energy right now. Like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm great. And then I'm like, actually, I need to go take a nap. But afterwards, I'm great. Yeah, thanks for all those reflections. Hearing that, I'm gonna hijack. Kate, I'm super drawn into that thing that you're pointing at as well. Yeah, I'm like, "Hey, yeah, what is that?" Because it's funny because this experience, it's like new-ish, kind of, but not. It's familiar. It was there before, but then like something happened to it, but now it's back, but it's like amplified. And like, what is that? And like, what does it want? And what is it drawing me towards? And yeah, I'm wondering if that's like the thing that we circle around.
I'll just echo when I heard her ask that. That was exactly where my attention was going to. It's like, okay, I'm hearing this aliveness, this life, this energy. It's like, yeah, yeah. I mean, just like Kate said, what does it want? What kind of what's your experience been that has you that you're calling that? Like, where is your attention going? What are you feeling like? What? Yeah, yeah. I think you get the question.
What's funny is like where my attention keeps going to in that question is what happened to it,
Mm,
right? Because I had this after both brain surgeries, but like more so after the second. It's just sort of been amplifying this like this inner fire. The key word that keeps coming up for me is like indestructible, right? There's this
mm,
like, but the indestructible is like the quality of this other thing, right? And I don't know if it's 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 indestructible something. But um I had it, and it was from this place that I started Tax Valet, my current company, because I was like, shit, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I might die here soon. Uh, I really want to like show the world what's possible with business in terms of like having a positive impact while being for profit. I don't have a lot of experience in a lot of industries, but like let me go and do what I can in the industry that I do know. And then I thought I was gonna like be dead by now. So I didn't put in a ton of planning. And now it's like 80 employees or something. So they're doing great. It's like crazy. It's like it's totally crazy. But then like somewhere along the way in all of that, what does that rapper say? Like more money, more problems, something like that. And more employees, more complexity. And I stopped doing, I stopped embodying the thing that I really loved doing.
Mhm.
And and it's not due to like lack of trying or want or something like that. It was more like the role that I was in is like a role that only exists in early stage companies. And there becomes a time, when bulls in China shops are really useful and necessary. And then when you have a lot of really expensive China, you don't want the bull in the China shop. Like you want to put the bull like outside in the stables and, keep them happy and not draw their attention or stare at them. And that's kind of what happened to me. And and so I've been out of my company and also just like not super happy with and knowing like I was in this different state and I was creating. There was like this like aliveness that wanted to go out and just saw things, right? And I think that's what is happening now more than
Mm,
ever is I'm just seeing things. And when I say seeing things, I mean like my
yeah.
brain is just popping off in terms of future possibilities for all of these different areas and facets of my life.
Mm. All right, yeah. Let me see if I'm getting all that. I think I am, and I'm getting excited as I start thinking about it. So it was like after your second brain surgery, this kind of aliveness was there, and that was the fire that started Tax Valet. It was like just seeing possibilities. Oh, I can make this. Oh, I can bring this together. Oh, I can do this, and it had this like kind of chaotic, like bull in a china shop energy that but like you know, got stuff done, made stuff happen, shook things up in ways that like people weren't expecting, and it kind of were like, whoa, like what's he doing? And but you saw the vision, and it made this company, and it got really successful, and it started growing. And as it did that, that energy, like you said, that's only kind of like an early entrepreneur kind of role. Once it's stable and everything's working, there's not exactly a place for that anymore. And, wanting the company to grow, like, kind of took some space and didn't cause a ruckus and, sat outside in your pen or whatever way you want to call it. And, and it was good for the company, but like, it wasn't good for you. You didn't get to do the thing that you loved as much, which is this more, I want to say, visionary kind of role. And now you're kind of finding yourself back into that where it's again, I'm seeing possibilities, I'm seeing new things I can create, new things I can bring together. And my sense of it, and I get this because when I have this too, I'll go through phases of getting way more in possibility space and way more in like maintain. And there's like just at least for me in the possibility, like I'm seeing things, there's I want to say like a power, like I'm like just a sense that I can like shape the world and make new things like just spring up that didn't exist before. And there's something so exciting about it, especially when you're like you minded, where it's like I want to make good things. I'm not trying to just make things that are profitable. I'm not trying to just make things that are fun. I'm not just trying to make things that are like, I mean, even like humanitarians. Like, how can I do all of the things and create some new beautiful configuration that hasn't been seen? And I'm imagining there's a feeling that comes with like seeing that everywhere. Is that, first of all, did I get all of that right? And if I did, is there a feeling that comes when you're in that?
You got it all right. Is there a feeling that comes from, is it seeing possibilities or is it enacting the possibilities or what's
Yeah, I
the,
think the scene, because I think what I'm hearing is you're seeing things
oh yeah, well,
place
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, in terms of the seeing, it's restlessness for sure.
Uh-huh.
And it's this like hunger and desire and drive. Uh, it's funny because after stepping out of tax valet, I wanted to take a break. And I knew that there was going to be some thing that came next, and I was just kind of in limbo. I don't know. I've been waiting for the inner fire to rekindle or something. And then it was like, boom, recurrence. And then like 30, 40 days later, having brain surgery. And then, and it was like that brain surgery was this crazy catalyst accelerant for like this process that was already happening. And that's something that I think I just realized. Like I did like, oh yeah, I mean it's obvious now, but the brain surgery like re-accelerated that process by reconnecting me with my own mortality.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. So I'm sitting with a thing right now that's like your own mortality is really heavy, but it's like we're in this like restless energy. Can you say a little bit more about what it is about facing for like for you about facing your death, about facing your mortality? Like, is it a time thing? Is it a legacy thing? What is it about that that has this fire kindling?
Mm, yeah, that's a good question. It's funny because I only know what my answer was in this moment. So that's how you know it's a good question. And I know what my answer was, and I know that answer is no longer true for me.
Hmm.
I'm just like laughing at the like ridiculousness of it. It's like it's such Enneagram type 3. But now it's like, yeah, what is it about? I just get this, I like the image that has come to mind several times now. So I'm like curious that there's something there. Is that of an archer? Uh, and they like shoot like and they're like doing this like gravitas and then they like shoot and they like hit the bird in the sky or something. That's like a morbid example. I don't know, maybe someone's like shooting their guns and the disc goes up in the air. These are weird ass analogies. But then they like hit the target, right? And then there's like the satisfaction, right, of like hitting the target, the practice and the skill necessary to like do the thing, right? So before it was so like egoic and like dark in a way. It was like, wow, I'm gonna die young, and I haven't done anything with my life. Like I haven't accomplished much. Like I was just getting started. Like I wanna be able to like prove to myself and others that like this was a life that was worthwhile. And uh one of accomplishment. And that I didn't just like take it all for granted and not do anything, right? And there's like so many things that are wrong with that statement, so see that. But that's what it was. And now I think that there's like this wisdom, like recognition of like and trust in myself of being like, yeah, I'm actually a pretty fucking good person. I do a lot of good in the world. I help a lot of people. And me just being me and having the opportunity to go and like going out and being me and like letting life live through me as much as I possibly can is really fucking fun for me. And it is like objectively good for other people around me too.
Mm.
And like, why wouldn't I want that? And so it's kind of like, that archer, instead of like killing birds, I don't know if they're helping birds. But they really enjoy sort of like embodying the skill of archery. And that's kind of like me as an artist, as a creator.
Mm. Mm.
And so it's like this indestructible fire of like creation, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I just felt like my whole chest light up. Like I just felt so warm in my heart hearing you just like own that something of your life is beautiful and like just so good. And it's also fun for you to do that. Yeah, no, I just felt really just warm and yeah, happy. I don't have a better word. Um, yeah, I'm curious what's that like for you to own that? You said that's different from the last time where it was like, oh, I'm not shit. I need to go become shit, or else I'm gonna die being shit, or whatever. And now it's like, no, like I'm actually like doing really well, and I love it, and I can just lean into doing that more, and that's good. What's that
Mm.
feel like to own?
Well, what's funny is like own is such an interesting word for this, right?
Mm,
Because it's uh
mm,
like because the word that's coming to mind is so making up words here, but you don't pay your car payment, your car gets repossessed, right? So it's irrepossessible. Like it cannot be
mm,
stolen, it cannot be
mm,
taken, it cannot, and it's inhabiting this body, but it's not exactly mine.
mm-hmm.
It's there. So I don't know that I own it, but it's definitely here.
Ooh, yeah. My mind just went back to something you said earlier when you said like there's an indestructibleness, but there's like an other that's the indestructible. Is this kind of the same thing you're pointing to?
Oh yeah. 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 Well, it's like this indestructible energy of creation, I would say.
Yeah. Hmm. Feeling very like reverent. Like just like this seems whatever this thing that we're pointing to that I have a couple different words for this irrepossess ear it can't be
It's
taken away.
irrevocable. Yeah.
You can't take it, this thing. Yeah. Whatever this is feels really important. I'm getting the sense of like centrality. Like this is central for you and
Hmm.
what living is for. Is that fair to say? Or at least for your life.
Yeah, I'm like, I haven't heard it reflected back to me in that way in those words. I'm like, yeah, it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. Can you say more what you mean by that?
Like it's supposed to be for me. Like, yeah, it's supposed to be for me. Like there's some way where it's like, ah, yes, this is my true essence. This is my true spirit. This is the thing that has been creeping up on me and like now it's here and it's supposed to be here and it's not supposed to go away. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Does it feel here right now?
Yeah, the whole like, yeah,
Yeah. Can we just like sink into it for a second?
stink.
Hmm.
I don't have a lot that's changing for me, so I thought I'd just share kind of what's happening.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's like just a lot of upward energy, like very
Uh-huh.
clearly like moving up, very much like a fire, but almost like sparks and but not hot, not fire like heat, but fire like upward momentum. But like a pressure, but definitely like a pressure, sort of like being discharged and moving up and outward and all encompassing with like a forward and up,
Uh-huh.
like lean to it.
Yeah.
Um, and like like with like this clarity and
Mhm.
sort of like midline, not soft, not like too attentive, focus and like attention and awareness of it. Um,
Mhm.
almost like electricity, like I don't know, plug in to the wall and you're just like getting that raw power or energy like coming through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kate, I've been seeing nods and smiles and affirmative gestures for some time now. Curious what's going on.
I just love hearing you describe it. And yeah, as you were sinking into it, like I kind of had, yeah, I very much got the sense of the upward. And for me, it was kind of like, I had a little bit of like, I was imagining like a little bit like spiraling, like there's this feedback of the environment and out. It's like coming from the inside, but then like taking in the outside and bringing that to like have more refinement on the outside and having that very much like, yeah, that's like just that forward momentum. I was just feeling a lot of that. So I was nodding and feeling excited about the way you're describing it. Um, yeah. Yeah, I feel just so lit up because it feels to me like, yeah, it's like it's so core to you. And yet it is about engaging with the environment. And like you're not like pulling it from the earth, or you're not taking it from other people or whatever. It's just like from your essence and your spirit to be in the world and for that to like move through you with that archer like archetype and symbolism that's like a part of it.
Oh, that's such an interesting distinction that I haven't. Yeah, That's curious. You said like, oh, you're not pulling it like from the earth. You're not like pulling it from other people. Like you're drawing on it from yourself. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, that is, yeah. And I guess I just hadn't seen that before. Hmm.
Yeah. What are you seeing that?
Yeah, what am I seeing that? Just ironies all around.
Mm,
That's what I'm saying. Well, V2, when I say V2, I mean like post-brain surgery 2. This is V3, so we'll see how many more versions we get. But V2, right, was like drawing on this like weird egoic presence and achievement and like needing to like make justify my life or whatever. Um, and it was drawing on, and it was weird, right? Because it was drawing on the same sort of thing, and I knew that, but I also had this like guilt about it over, or maybe shame actually, if anything, shame over like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be so egocentric and think that I'm so important and think that I'm so whatever, like so
mm,
having this sort of like double-sided coin there.
mm,
And the irony here though is like actually a real acceptance and appreciation of like, yeah, I am drawing on all of like this fire that's coming from inside of me. And I do have like a really powerful individualized presence, performer persona, whatever. And I'm actually totally okay with that. And I'm okay with it now, and I wasn't before, and it's doing myself and others good. And so there's like some way where like what I'm seeing in that is like, oh, like the closer I am into contact with this thing, I simultaneously seem to be like accepting and appreciating like some nature of myself, which is like fundamentally good.
mm,
And
mm.
like, yeah, it's like just like coming into contact with this like brilliant sanity. That's the word.
Yeah, really, yeah. Mm, yeah. I'm finding myself actually really want like slowing down because the things that I think I'm getting are like you have this fountain, this fire, this place that you can draw from, and it's not riddled with guilt or shame. It's just pure, just good. Like, it's just this fundamental goodness, and you just get to be in relationship with that now, and like you just have that. I'm just finding myself really, really happy for you. Mm, mm, yeah. Take your time if you want, but I'm curious what's happening now.
Yeah, I was just really recognizing and being with all the love that I have for my friends here
Mm,
and just feeling so like damn lucky.
mm,
Like so many people are lucky if they get like a friend one
mm,
fifth.
mm.
If they get one out of the, four. I'm a friend to myself. I'll say five. There's five squares. Um, they're lucky if they get one. And wow, five. Here in Colorado. I mean, more than that, but like it's pretty special.
Mm.
And like, and what's special about it is like feeling cherished and loved and seen, not just for like who I am, but for who I'm becoming, who I want to be. That's
Mm.
pretty rad. That's like the stuff that's the good shit. The good shit that money can't buy.
Mm. Mm. Oh, I just want to like dive through this screen and give you a hug. Oh, mm.
I'm so curious about Roberto because it looked like he just had an understanding of something.
Yeah, I have been wondering if how I could express like what I'm going through here, just kind of witnessing you. There was like a moment is when we paused to like be with that thing where like I really I I genuinely sensed like, oh, I'm in we but I am in the presence of like beholding something in someone's life that to me seems, and I don't use this word lightly, but like in a sense sacred, because, and you didn't say it in these ways, but this is like as I was being with you, this is what was coming up in my experience, like imagining your experience, imagining myself being in your experience, and just having my own here. It's like the sense I got was like it's almost like you just got like you got a new lease on life. And I don't know, there's the impressions, like you use the word indestructible. And that to me, kind of like as I've heard you more and more describing your experience, it seems like the word that came up for me was fearlessness. Like there's just this fearlessness about you. And I noticed that since the first time we met, even online, during our course, it's like this guy is like fearless, and I kind of sense that just in terms of your presence as a person, but then also hearing your story about entrepreneur, like being an entrepreneur, and just hearing your story about that, which was like, I might not be long for this world. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I'm just gonna do it. And it's like, it's almost like a surrender into like, okay, this will is emerging within me. And you didn't even think you were going to be here for long. So it wasn't like, oh, how can I make money and when I make a business? No, it was like going to do it for the sake of doing it, for the sake of creating something in the world that I think is worthwhile. And then this analogy of the archer of like, holy shit, it worked. And not only did it work, but like people's lives were improved and people love working there. And it's helped a lot of people and it's great business and it's having a positive impact and it's enabled me to do all these things for other people. And it's like, holy shit, like, and then you're describing this process of it, the bull going into the pen, but and then life throws at you this trip, like which is like, all right, die upon yourself and die unto yourself and be reborn again,
Yeah.
alive with this fire of fearlessness to do what life wants you to do. And it seems to me like you're just reconnected with this fearlessness. And it's like, and to me, you strike me as like the word that comes to me is freedom. You just strike me
Mm.
as free, which is beautiful for someone who is free to move with life moving within them without the fear of what might happen or it not working, or what people might think. That is beautiful, and it's also it's an incredible contribution to humanity because that's what allows pure creativity to really be brought forth from this deeper mysterious place from which this might be coming. So it's that I think that might be what I was feeling, the sacredness of like, holy shit, this is someone who's surrendered into the freedom of just being in life and being alive and just being who and what you are and being a vessel for creativity and creation and contribution. And what may come of that, I don't know. It seems like that last one provided you the freedom to create something out in the world, and what I'm hearing now is the freedom to just be you.
Mm,
And just for just because that is good.
yeah.
Mm.
And what might come of that, I don't know, but I'm genuinely excited for you, for us, for humanity. Yeah.
It was such a ride for me hearing the ride for you, hearing the ride for me. I was like, wow, like Roberto's like gets it so much. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Can you tell me more about the ride that it was for you, hearing the ride that it was for him, hearing the ride that it was for you?
Yeah, well, yeah, following the twists and turns, and there was one particular moment there though. Uh I forget what it was, but there were tears that just like came up in my eyes. It was actually there there were distinct points when Roberto was sharing where there was just a lot of inner emotion that was quite harsh isn't the right word, but it was like distinct and um high intensity, sort of like came and went with like high intensity. There were like tears that like came to my eyes very quickly because I was like, oh my God, Roberto's like seeing this thing that like I've been seeing, and like someone else is seeing this thing that I've been seeing. So that was
And
sweet.
what is this thing? If you
I
could,
know that's the thing. I forget what the thing was, but I said yeah when he said it.
uh,
We'll blame the fact I'm missing part of my brain. We'll have to
yeah,
look at the
well,
transcripts
we
later.
can, yeah, we can blame that. I, was it the fearlessness?
No, it wasn't the fearlessness. It was something. It was around the lease on life.
Hmm.
It is funny though about the fearlessness where it's like I actually it's funny because like I actually do feel fear, but it's like the more I feel it, the less like real estate it takes up. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that's the sense I've been getting like this whole last 30 minutes. Is like it's not there's not fear or anxiety, or you started with restlessness. The word that keeps coming to my mind is like under all of those things that are real and are there, like is just like a deep being at peace with yourself, or accepting
Mm.
yourself, or like just having like when you said the last time there was this energy, but it kind of had a shame around it, and that wasn't there. It's like the way that it's occurring to me is like there's some way you're knowing yourself that like that you can comfortably know yourself that way, and that's not going to go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. How would I put it?
How would you put it?
I totally just like sprinkled that in because I was like, I don't know what I would say to that. How would I put it? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. There's just like words that are bubbling up, and it's something like there's an aliveness within me that's mine and mine alone and cannot be taken. destroyed, but it can be obscured. And it's my responsibility to keep it out in the sunshine.
Mm. Mm.
And I will not take it for granted. Not that I did before, but I extra won't this time. Pinky promise.
Yeah, Matt, I was just gonna call on you.
I'm just like so struck with like this, you know, being with you and getting to experience like this, you know, this like Roman candle of just like you've just blown your top and you were just like pouring out of endless creative energy that just feels like, you know, it's indistinguishable and no one can take it. And like that feels incredible. But also this other thing that seems like you have that's just like you don't need anything.
Mm.
Right? It's like whatever you set out to accomplish in version 2, like you did it. Like you built a successful business. Like you proved everything you needed to prove to yourself. Like you have a beautiful relationship with a partner that we all love, and like you have this incredible group of friends. Like you know yourself, you know what you love, you know what you offer the world, you know like how to bring it. Like you just did it. Like I just have this sense of like you just I mean, I'm sure it's not 100% true, but even in that moment where you were like letting it in and just like looking at us and just like receiving the love and was like, there's just a sense of like, oh, this is the good stuff. Like, this is it. And like, you
Hmm.
just had this ability to like let it in. And that's what feels so different, right? Like that, like from version 2, like version 3 is working from a place of like, you have everything. Like, you don't need anything because you have it. And that
Yeah.
is like crazy to think about, like what happens next from that place, like endless possibility, and also like you don't need anything, you
Yeah.
have everything. That's amazing. I don't know if I've ever like looked at the world through those eyes, you know, like that, like just kind of sitting here with you
Mm.
and seeing things like that. It's whoa.
It's
Mm.
pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Smoke what
And
I'm smoking.
there's something about like being able to sit with you in that, you know, like in this moment, and also just like in life, like being your friend and your partner, and like, you know, like we're on some kind of journey together, and just feeling so grateful to be with you, you know, and to like,
Mm.
yeah, just to like, that sense of possibility and not needing anything, like it's all gravy at this point, you know, it just feels like so accessible even to me in this moment.
Mm.
um That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the part about me saying I don't
Mm.
own it.
Hmm.
Mm.
So like if you can have whatever you just found.
Yeah, it's like that's what I feel. It's like I'm not in this moment, I'm not looking at you being like, Alex is so amazing. I'm like kind of looking at you and being like, life is so amazing. Like
Right.
we are
Right.
so like this is so amazing. I think that's it. Like this is incredible.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I love that. I love that it seems like there is a collective. I love sort of like witnessing that there is this collective presence.
Mm.
yeah,
I just got chill when you did this. I don't know why, but
yeah.
oh,
This is
wow.
the thing. This is the thing that we're talking. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh, he had it right there, but yeah,
Fleeting. Gone now.
yeah. So we're at our time, and so I would just yeah. If anyone has any final shares or reflections from Alex, I think Matt has hit the nail pretty hard in the head, and I just want to resonate a lot of what you just said. Like, mm, yeah, I just love this. I just love. I just love this and 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 just love this. Um, yeah, and so Roberto, okay, anything for you guys before we wrap up?
Yeah, just really happy. happy we're on this side of the surgery and this is what we get to experience together.
Mm,
I'm just happy that, you know, I don't know, it's almost over the last like 6 weeks, just I felt like relationship with you growing and now with this conversation, this circle, I'm just like, I don't know, I feel like I see you more deeply and I'm grateful for that and grateful for you.
Thanks, Roberto.
Whew, I'm just sitting with a lot of really, just like so much at the end. I have to say, like, you said you hit the nail on the head and you were like right here. Funniest thing. Oh, and just going back to something that Matt said about like, it's like, okay, yeah, this like gets to be possible for life. Like this is a possibility in life that's available to like anyone and everyone. And I also feel so like that feels so present, so real, so true, so like palpable, like in this space, in this presence with you, Alex. And also there's something that's like to me so deeply you that's here too. Like being really close to your essence and like the specialness that you have. And that even if I found myself in a situation like yours, my own like my essence would look and feel very different than yours. So there's like a quality to life that's available. And then
Mm.
there's such a you-ness that's there
Mm.
that then also then reminds me of the meanness that is there. And it's like, oh, I get to be on a discovery process of fleshing out what that gets to be and what that already is. And just bringing that more like here, more present. So it just really feels like, yeah, just this whole like you, me, life, like it just feels like it gets to be like at all the levels and like, relationships like here and beyond. So I just feel all the layers really present and I have this whole time. So really, 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 really grateful for that.
Play worded.
Mm. Any final words for you, Alex? Mm.
It's a great circle.
I have to agree. Cool. And with that, close it out. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.